Today, it's the National Football League. It's Week 1 of the NFL on EA Sports.
Here's the Browns kicker, Chase McLaughlin, set to go, and we are underway now from Cleveland. And we will not see a run back on the opening kickoff. This will be a touchback. So here are the Cowboys now ready to go on offense for the first time. They'll be led out by the man who proclaims to be from a whole pack of Badgers. Came into the league back in 2012, Russell Wilson.
And similar to his nickname, Russell Wilson has a dangerous mix of skills. The ability to throw from the pocket and extend plays and throw on the run. Not to mention an absolute winner. Usually has his team in the playoffs competing for Super Bowl opportunities.
And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the first down run. He gets maybe 3. Here's 2nd and 7 now from the 28. Now Wilson. Got it complete to Khalil Shakir. And they're able to get this one across the 35. Give him 10 there. Good enough for a Cowboy first down.
Now you can exhale. The season is officially underway. Plenty of work done during the offseason, camp, and the preseason that led to that first throw of the year.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Out of the gun, here's Wilson. Now a quick throw there, but it's going to be incomplete.
So many things have to go right for any passing play to work out. Quarterback has to understand the defense, deliver an accurate ball. Receiver has to concentrate and bring it in. Somewhere along the assembly line, something was off with that one.
Wilson's throw pulled in by Robinson here. And he'll go out of bounds. It appears right at the 45. Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first. To throw again is Wilson. And now the ball's out. Fumble near midfield. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40.
Much like a running back going through the line, quarterbacks have to be aware of protecting the football as well. He left it exposed that time, wound up having it knocked free, but fortunately, had an alert teammate who was able to get it.
And he's taken down. This will be a Brown sack. He couldn't get rid of it. He takes a sack for a loss of 6 to bring up 2nd down. Well, certainly not an ideal first quarter for him. Remember, he lost the fumble earlier, and here he ends up on the ground with a sack.
And sometimes what happens when you make a mistake early, you get too cautious going forward. Just cover up the football and take care of it and be able to cut it loose. Otherwise, your offense is going to stall.
Now Wilson on 2nd down. And that'll be off the mark, too far out in front, and it's incomplete. He shook his head right when he released that throw. He knew it was going to be a little off target.
Yeah, the excitement got him on that one. Wasn't able to control the fact the receiver was open, and it would have been an easy throw.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. He's got this complete to Robinson. And they're going to have another first down as he's going to be tackled at the Browns' 27-yard line. He goes for 18 there as the drive will continue. We got to like what you're seeing from this offense here on the first drive. A nice, sustained series to begin the game. It will continue after picking up another first there.
Would you say the word methodical comes to mind? I love the execution. I love what they're doing on this drive. They're controlling the ball, controlling the game, controlling the clock.
Just need a yard here. 2nd and 1. Here's Wilson to throw. Oh, fighting off the defender. And he will slide down with the first down for the moment, but a penalty flag on the field. Umpire threw the flag, usually always indicates holding, and that's what we've got.
And you know, depending on their positioning, where you are on the field, the umpires get different responsibilities, but always making sure no one's holding.
And oh, he coughed it up. And this is picked up by the Browns. And his guys are going to get the football at the 23-yard line. And without a doubt, not the way they pictured that opening drive unfolding.
No, they were making progress. They weren't exactly in high gear, but they were making a few yards along the way. And now that they've coughed it up, you got to go back to the sidelines and regroup a little bit.
And now Cleveland geared up to take the field. And now, as with every potential turnover, they're going to take a second look at this just to make sure. Now the question, was the knee in fact down before this ball comes loose? And is the video convincing enough to overturn it?
A lot of factors here. Remember, you also need clear possession of football afterwards. This is a tough one to overturn.
So that one overturned. They say the knee was down, and that will not be ruled a fumble. From the gun on third down, Wilson. And this pass broken up. But the contact well timed there, and now fourth down. The kick by McManus is good. And the Cowboys are going to jump out to a 3-0 lead. Well, all offseason, probably a lot of thought goes into that first drive of week one. They didn't get the touchdown, but at least they got something.
And what I like about it is that they didn't overthink it, because you're exactly right. A lot goes into the offseason, the preseason, to get to that first drive of the regular season. They went right downfield, mission accomplished, points on the board.
So here are the Browns under head coach Kevin Stefanski. They'll be led out by their rookie quarterback, the latest in a long line of NFL QBs from USC.
And we knew from the moment the commissioner called his name on draft night, and by the way, laid a pretty good hug on the commissioner going across the stage. But we knew he had a chance to be the starter week one. He dove right into the playbook, ingratiated himself with his teammates, and that's exactly how things have played out.
They'll start this drive out on the ground. And not much doing there, maybe a yard up to the 23. Now 2nd and 9. Again, they go with Watson. And he'll fight forward to about the 27-yard line. A minimal gain as we tick down inside of a minute remaining in the opening quarter. Here's 3rd and 6. A run. It's Watson. And he'll be brought down at the 28, and that is well short of the first. They'll get a couple yards on that one, and that'll bring up 4th down. So opening drive, 3 straight runs, unable to pick up the first.
I know the fans want to see first downs, but guess what? The coaches have reasons for what they're doing. Sometimes they've scripted it, and some of these runs, while they haven't been successful now, they may be successful later on.
On 4th down, here's Williams. And able to catch it, but he's out of bounds. Now the throw took him beyond the sideline, and that's going to be a turnover on downs. And this should be the final play before the quarter ends. On 1st down, it's Benson. And he'll be taken down here as it will take us to the end of the first quarter. 3-0 after 1 on EA Sports. From the 20, here's second and a couple. From the shotgun, Wilson. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Levante David making his presence felt in the backfield.
One of the league's best linebackers. He ended that play almost before it began. And the running back, absolutely overmatched no matter what he tried to do.
The Cowboys on third down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. Here it's 3rd and 2. Now Wilson. And unable to connect. If he had caught it, it would have been a first down. Instead, it's 4th. Going for it. Here's Benson. And able to get him down, but he does reach the 5. It's 1st and goal after they rip off a solid chunk of yardage in the ground game on a risky 4th down call. Remember, that was 4th and a full 2 yards. There's a big difference between that and 4th and maybe 6 inches or a yard.
Yeah, you're exactly right, because when it's at 6 inches, you just fall forward and you pick it up, right? You just go quarterback sneak. But having to move bodies, that means you actually have to execute because they know what you're going to do. How are you going to make the right play call and get everyone into the right spot and win at the line of scrimmage? That's what they did there.
And he's going to go down just outside of the 5, right around the 6-yard line. And not a good time for the sack on 2nd and goal, a loss of 6. And now it's 3rd down. So, Charles, no turnovers yet for this offense, but those sacks now, they're starting to pile up.
And one thing usually leads to another because they've got to figure out how the offensive line and everyone else involved in protection can keep their quarterback upright and allow him a chance to throw the ball downfield.
So they decide not to back him up. They want the down. An interesting call there as it'll lead to 4th down. The kick by McManus is good, but there is a penalty marker down. They might be forced to try this one again. And this is going to be roughing the kicker, an inexcusable penalty, Charles.
You've worked so hard to hold him to a 3-point kick. Now you're giving him the ball again with a chance for a touchdown.
So the ball's moved to about the 1 after the penalty, 1st and goal. Mitchell will take this into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. Well, nothing fancy there, Charles. You had 3 tight ends on the field. They were going to run the football. The defense knew it, but the defense couldn't stop them.
And I haven't met an offensive line yet that doesn't get more satisfaction out of running the football into the end zone than pass protecting. They had determination on their side, and they got it done.
After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away. That's going to be taken at the goal line, and he'll return it. And beyond the 20, but not by much. In fact, just a yard pass there to the 21. Second drive coming up here for Cleveland as they return to the field on offense. Charles, we know that this offense is aggressive. We saw that last drive. They went for it on 4th down, didn't get it. Then they give up the touchdown. So now you feel like they really need to respond here.
They certainly do, but let's face it. Sometimes when you take that risk, you understand if you fail, a little more onus goes back on your ball club to try and pick themselves back up.
Here's a 2nd and 5. On the handoff, Watson. And he powers his way up past the 30. It's a 5-yard gain, but they'll still be a yard short here with 3rd down now looming.
Well, partner, if the defense isn't going to adjust and they keep giving them those 5, 6, 7-yard runs over and over, they're likely to run it the whole way to the end zone. They'll be more than happy to take the yardage available and save some of their other plays in the playbook for another time.
They'll run with Watson. And he's able to get it to the 33. Good enough for a first down. A 3rd down gain of 3 yards, and that'll be enough. We've hit the 2-minute mark of the first half. 10-0 our score. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. On the ground, here's Watson. He'll be tackled shy of the 35. The power move was there, but didn't buy him a whole lot. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9. They'll keep it on the ground. It's Watson, and they get him behind the line, so that short gain on first down quickly negated. 2 yards the loss, and now 3rd and 12.
The running lanes have definitely not been there for him here in the first half, and I don't think it's all been his fault. His offensive line hasn't given him much space. A loss results there.
They need 12 here. It's 3rd down. To throw, it's Williams. And that's going to be incomplete. The contact there enough to jar that ball free, and it brings up 4th down.
2 drives won't tell the story of this game, but you absolutely have to like how this defense has played thus far. They have yet to allow this offense to get untracked in this one.
On 4th down, Matt Hawk to punt it away. Back deep is Kadarius Toney. They call that a punt of 38 yards officially, and the Cowboys will take over the football with a 1st and 10. The Cowboy offense going to head out now late in this first half. And with a 10-0 lead, you figure they won't try to do anything foolish here. They'll throw on first down with Wilson. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Now the Cowboys going to burn the first of their timeouts, as it'll come with 36 ticks to go in half number 1. Sacks, a growing theme in this first half. This is 2nd and long. Now it's Wilson. The short one there taken in by Ferguson.
And that was yardage that they needed there after the sack on first down. They didn't get all of it back, but now they look at 3rd down as a manageable situation, one that they have a much better chance of picking up.
Oh, he tried to fit it in on the slant, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Joey Porter Jr., and he will be brought down on what will be the final play of this first half. So we've reached halftime here on opening weekend. As we send you down. All right, we will save the Week 1 highlights and apparently get right back to the action here in the 3rd. We'll see if Week 1 fatigue becomes any kind of a factor as we are back underway in the second half. This to the back of the landing zone. He'll return it from the 1. And he'll get it up just past the 20 as his guys will go to work at the 21-yard line. Here's the Browns offense now getting set to start off this 3rd quarter. And they're still very much in this game, although they do trail. What's the game plan, Charles, for the second half?
It might be a little counterintuitive because most people will think losing equals passing the ball more, but I'd establish the running game. They kind of went away from it in the first half. I think if they get back in balance, it'll help them when they put the ball back in the air.
And that, nearly picked off. Well, it would have been a great time for their first interception of the game. Instead, it's 2nd down. Throwing is Williams. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete.
Well, when the running game's not working, sometimes you just got to take a few more chances down the field. That's a good effort, but it winds up incomplete.
To the air on 3rd down is Williams. And they will touch him down, but not before he gets the first. That third down conversion good for 23. Well, there you go, Charles, the first completed pass of his young career.
And we expect it not to be his last. Very good to get the first one out of the way, though, as he begins his career.
To the air once more, Williams. He's going to rifle one deep left side. Now a clash of bodies here, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Jesse Bates. And the Cowboys are going to take over at their own 2-yard line.
And that has to be a little bit discouraging because after all their halftime talk, adjustments, and points of emphasis, their first drive ends with an interception. Absolutely aggravating if you're a head coach because you spent all that time, gone through every situation possible, and it still ends in a turnover.
They'll start with a run by Mitchell. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. Second down. A give up the middle with Benson. And he'll get it up to the 12-yard line here. 8 yards there, getting him out of danger. It's a first down.
Good crisp run there by Trey Benson, the rookie out of Florida State. Had 14 rushing touchdowns in his last year in Tallahassee. Comparable to Breece Hall as a player. Home run type of a hitter, and he can also beat you up inside.
On first down, right back to Benson. And he stopped immediately there. Levante David in on the tackle.
As usual, the hallmark of a good run defense, linebackers making plays near the line of scrimmage. Absolutely nowhere to run there.
Third quarter action. Appreciate you joining us from Cleveland, Ohio. 2nd and 10. Now they'll throw it with Wilson. Open man, here's Benson. It'll go as a loss of a yard, so now they deal with 3rd and 11.
I really like the angles that the tacklers came from on that play. They secured inside, took away the cutback. The sideline's there, so you can only go so far outside, and they were able to close in and tackle him for a loss.
Yeah, they used your boy over there, the 12th man. Sammy Sideline, right?
Sammy Sideline. You know something? He tackles pretty well, too.
He's tougher than an airport steak. It's a gain of 9 yards, and it'll be 4th down. Out now comes the Cowboys punter. And the way this offense has moved the ball, he hasn't been needed till here in the 3rd. Returnable here from the 38. And that'll be a return of 12 following a very nice punt. And this offense takes over in great shape right at the 50. 1st and 10. Cleveland offense making their way out. And both of these defenses have been stifling these last few drives offensively. Just not able to get anything going. So what needs to change?
I think a lot of the guys will go back and review, so to speak, because everyone has someone assigned to how did each play work. Okay, what did we use that kind of worked for us during this game? Try and get back to some of those plays, as well as the possibility of showing something you haven't shown already in this game and trying to change things up.
We'll see if they take the advice of Mr. Davis. On 1st and 10, it's Williams. And that nearly trouble, but it's incomplete. The rookie had it and lost it, and it'll be 2nd down.
We've seen these defenses make enough opportunistic plays to keep this one low scoring. Flying around, making plays on the ball, and we see yet another errant throw as a result.
2nd and 10, 3rd quarter of the season opener. On 2nd down, here's Williams. Flushed out right. And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. The coverage may be too good that time as he breaks away for 19 with his legs and a 1st down.
As we both know, there was a lot that went into why they made him their first-round pick this year. And part of it was what they saw in college, his playmaking ability when things break down. As soon as he saw he wasn't getting a lane to throw, he pivoted and found an alternate way to the marker.
Now a throw to the end zone on 1st down, but it winds up incomplete.
With a rookie quarterback out there, you're definitely going to find out how he handles adversity, because this one so far hasn't gone according to plan. He's got to fight through it and show him what he's made of.
Pass incomplete, but the flag in the backfield, and this might be a roughing call. Okay, so roughing the passer, and I've got to imagine that's the last thing you want to see week one as your quarterback taking an unnecessary hit.
I think you're exactly right about that. You hate it any week, but boy, are you on target. This is a unit that's depending on him to take him through 17 games, so you definitely can't let him get hurt right now.
Up the middle, here's Taylor. And he's in. Touchdown, Browns. Jonathan Taylor, a 5-yard touchdown run. And the Browns have got it back to within a score.
And maybe that's the magic touch right there. They didn't use him at all in the first half, at least running the football. But here they entrust him with some work down in the red zone, and he responds. 1 carry, 1 touchdown.
Extra point by McLaughlin is up and good. And that'll cut it to 3 at 10-7. Following the touchdown, here's McLaughlin to kick off. And no thought of bringing this one out. He'll go down to a knee, and they'll begin the drive at the 30. And out now come the Cowboys. Their lead down to a field goal now as they start with a 1st and 10. The drive will begin with a run by Benson. And he's taken down but able to slip across the 35. 63 yards now on the ground on just 7 carries. He's making quite a splash here in his NFL debut.
Well, he was advertised as being NFL ready, and both you and I tend to arch an eyebrow a little bit when we first hear that. But I think that they were right about this one.
Under a minute to go in this 3rd quarter as they come up 1st and 10. Running left, here's Mitchell. Now that play is blown up, losing yardage back at the 35. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
I'm getting a sense that the momentum of this game is changing since the break. Nice play there, and this D is fired up.
From the gun, it's Wilson. Has his man, it's Shakir. Well, your QB's been sacked 4 times in the game already, and they're the holding call.
And you know darn well the offensive line coach is frustrated and upset that he's been hit that many times already. He doesn't really care that they hold now. Just don't let him get hit anymore.
Now, quick throw there, going to be batted away and incomplete. Well, that's where this Cleveland crowd, the dog pound in particular, make it difficult on opposing offenses. It looked like they might have had troubles communicating at the line, and it leads to the incompletion. 3rd and long, it's Wilson. And he will not be able to hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. The coverage strong, and now it's 4th down.
And that's a really good job there defensively. They went into this possession knowing that they needed to get a stop. They're in a tight ball game, and they got it done. Great work to force the 3 and out. Got the football right back for their offense. They've got to go to the sidelines feeling pretty good about themselves and encouraging their offensive mates to get some points.
We are through 3 quarters here on NFL Kickoff Weekend. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. The Browns drive about to get started. And you sense the tide turning. They scored, then their defense forced the punt, and now a chance to ultimately take the lead here late. And he'll be taken down just shy of midfield. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3.
Well, no matter how they phrase it, staying on schedule, staying ahead of the sticks, whatever you want to call it, 7 yards on 1st down, that fits the bill.
To the air, Williams. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
Perfect example of the kind of attitude you have to play defensive back in the NFL. You want to be the only defender around, and you want them to challenge you. And on that play, he came through.
The Browns on 3rd down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. Here it's 3rd and 3. They'll try and throw with Williams. Escaping the pressure right. And he's able to get this one down to the 40-yard line. Nothing open downfield. He keeps it himself for 11 and a 1st down.
If they get a game-changing score on this drive, it's going to be because of plays like that. That run was pure heart. Took it himself, found a way to reset the downs, and advance the ball.
Well, some good games around the league here early in week 1, and this one's shaping up to be as good as any of them as we come up on a 1st and 10. He's going to let this go. Back of the end zone. And a penalty flag comes in as that one winds up incomplete, but the contact is going to move the ball well downfield. And that penalty will move the ball to the 1-yard line.
So difficult to cover a fade route, and you're talking about into the end zone, and sometimes you panic a little as a defender, and the offensive guys are really smart. Sometimes they jump back into you and create the contact.
So the ball's moved to about the 1 after the penalty, 1st and goal. They'll try to run this one in. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Cleveland. A great effort there with his first career NFL touchdown. And the Browns have moved out in front here in the 4th quarter.
Sometimes offenses can get too cute down near the goal line, but there's nothing fancy about this one. As Coach Lombardi would say, we get a seal here, and we get a seal here, and we run this play in the alley. And that's good work to hit the hole hard and finish in the end zone.
A drive there of just 4 plays. And it ends with a 1-yard touchdown run. Following the touchdown, here's McLaughlin to kick off. And he'll wisely just take a knee here, and this ball will come out to the 30-yard line. And now Dallas gets set to take the field. And now they'll look to answer working from behind. And this offense has sputtered yet to score here in the 2nd half. They'll need to change that here. Motion man is Shakir. And they're going to give it to him on the jet sweep. And that is not fooling anyone. He never had a chance to turn the corner there. And they'll go backwards right away. That's the danger, Charles, of running plays like this for your wide receiver. They can hit big or they can be duds.
Yeah, you're exactly right about that, because if they're forced to try and go around defenders behind the line of scrimmage, sometimes you can give yardage in order to gain it. But in this case, they gave yardage and didn't get it back. I know coaches tell us all the time that having a powerful arm isn't the #1 thing they look for in a quarterback. But when you're trying to throw inside routes and you need to put some heat on it, it helps have the big gun. In this case, just a little bit too much.
And unable to connect, incomplete. I'll give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down. Out now comes the Cowboys punter as he'll come on to kick this one away. A 40-yard punt, give him 3 on the return, and the Browns will take over 1st and 10. Ready to take over again on offense. Out comes Cleveland. Their defense got the stop, forced the punt, and now you really start to monitor the clock as they nurse this slim lead. He's going to rifle one deep left side, and that's going to be incomplete.
Just because you've got the lead in the 4th, it doesn't mean you have to play it safe. I like the aggressive play call there to push it downfield. That time, it didn't work out.
Under 4 to go now as they come up on 2nd down. Here's Williams. He's going to take another shot here. A fight for it, and this is caught. What a catch. A big play that time for Cleveland. 53 yards.
Well, partner, I'm not sure how this drive's going to end, but how about the way they flip field position there? A nice attacking play. They picked up a heck of a chunk of yardage.
So not quite a first and goal. It's 1st and 10 from the 10. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And he'll be brought down here at the 3-yard line. Looking to speed things up here, going with some tempo. And they'll give him another shot here on the ground. And this won't be enough to pick up the first. A gain of 2, 3rd and 1. One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Browns touchdown. A great play there. Making quite a splash with his 2nd touchdown in his NFL debut. And the Browns are closing in on a winning start to the year as they extend their 4th quarter lead. McLaughlin now to add the PAT. It's good, and it's 21-10. So that drive spanned 5 plays, and it ends with a 1-yard touchdown run. Following the touchdown, here's McLaughlin to kick off. And the returner down to a knee, and this will come out to the 30-yard line. Dallas offense set for this next drive. And the script really is flipped for them. The momentum on the other sideline, and now they have to try and battle back from a 2-score deficit. Now Wilson on 1st down. He finds his man complete. It's Benson. And he is going to lose yardage here. Despite the completion, they're going to wind up losing 3 there. 2nd down. Boy, how good has this defense been seemingly all game long?
I really think right from the first snap, I think you're really onto something there. In this passing game, it just can't get off the ground. And that play, it wound up losing yardage.
And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete. This crowd turning up the decibel level. It's 3rd and long. Now it's Wilson. The short one there taken in by Ferguson. And he's going to come up a bit short. He needed to get to the 35 for the first, but he only makes it to the 34. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So the Cowboys in possession of the football here as we get you reset. They come up on a 4th down situation with things not looking particularly rosy. Giving to the big tight end on 4th. And he's got the first before he's brought down at the 39-yard line. One crisis averted, but they still need to move hastily. And he will go down outside of the pocket for a sack. Trying to get away, but could not. They'll come up now on 2nd down. Here's a throw that's taken in out of the backfield. And he'll be brought down just shy of midfield at the 49-yard line. Now the Cowboys going to burn the first of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with just over a minute to go in the game. Play action. It's Wilson. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
That means it's just one last chance left, and this has to be a 1st down or a touchdown, or this game's over.
Here we go. It's Wilson on 4th down. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. They had to go for it with such little time remaining, and that'll be just about all she wrote for this one.
With the football going back over now to the Cleveland Browns.
And checking the timeouts, they do have 2 defensively, but no real need to use them as they're not going to be able to stop the clock after that.
We've got to have 2 hands on the football here as they run on 1st down.
The Cowboys going to use their 2nd timeout now as the clock shows 50 seconds to play here in quarter number 4.
2nd and 5. He's going to get it again. Just looking to get forward and protect the ball.
The Cowboys signal for their 3rd and final timeout. And as the 2 teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break. And they'll indeed take a knee. So now on comes the field goal unit, and wow, this is no ordinary try here. This will be spotted just shy of midfield, a 59-yard attempt. And this one is right down the middle, and that will extend their lead even further.
So they hadn't called on him at all until this point, but he comes through here and buries one from long range.
Yeah, that's awfully impressive because usually kickers like to get that first one out of their system in the first quarter, sort of get them into the flow of the game, but to come in this late and knock it down from long distance, give him a lot of credit.
After the made field goal, here's McLaughlin back out there to kick it away.
And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. This is 1st and 10.
Here's Wilson. He's going to let it fly.
And that nearly intercepted. Well, the free safety roaming into position almost had it, but it's 2nd down.
Wilson. Now a desperation throw deep downfield.
And that is incomplete. Nearly intercepted. The free safety couldn't quite get his hands around it, and it brings up 3rd down.
One last shot for Wilson.
And that is going to officially draw the curtain on this one as the last throw intercepted. Picked off by Joey Porter Jr. And the Browns come up with a late turnover, but it will probably only matter to the statisticians as this ball game is now officially over. CD always a little extra